All right, I'm gonna go and get started here. So, just yesterday, I was up on top of the roof there, and I got these, well, you can see these little metal pieces kind of right here at the corners where these rafters are. So, I got those things all nailed in yesterday, and now what I'm gonna do is get back up there, and actually I'll probably be doing some of this from the inside, but I'm gonna go ahead and start nailing on the sheathing that's going on the back wall there, these side walls, and then eventually this clear story here too. So first thing I'm going to need to do is take some measurements, then I'm going to start cutting some stuff. So I think what I'll probably go ahead and bring the camera in there. I think that's the way to do it, and then I can move the scaffolding around inside there, take the measurements I need, then I'll come back out here and start making those cuts on that OSB. So ideally what I'll do is I'll basically take all the measurements at once, come out here, start cutting all the OSB at once, and then get up there and start nailing it. So I turned my compressor on today just thinking that I was going to actually start nailing it, but I'm thinking about it now, and you know, we'll see. If I can start, you know, basically make those cuts and then start doing that, that'd be great, but we'll see. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is first start with the ones on the side. I'm going to go ahead and move the camera in there. Fortunately, it's really warm today. It got up to about 40 degrees. It's hopefully not going to melt off too fast because it's going to be just a mud pit, you know. But it was really nice just, you know, just having the 40 degrees coming. I think next week's supposed to maybe even get up to 50, so that's just good stuff, man. I'm loving that. It'll be summer here, and very soon. So, all right, let me go ahead and move this thing. Hang on, sometimes when I move the camera around, stream connection goes a little bit bad, so just hold on for a second. Woo. All right, that's probably good there. That's what I'm going to start with. It's right up there. All right, I'm gonna be right back because I'm gonna go grab my paper and pencil and then just go move the scaffolding into place. Actually, the scaffolding's right behind the camera, so I'm gonna have to move that. All right, thanks for hanging on here with all this moving around. nice. It's so warm today. I don't even really need my gloves. Loving that. All right, I'm back. Hey there. So I can't see who it is from here, but I'll be down there in just a second. Foot 8. 56. 56 inches. Woo! Daylight savings time is, hey Joe Philly, daylight savings time next week, I think. I have no clue, but that's good. Is that the one? Will that be the one where they make the they add it to the end of the day, like it rolls back or rolled? So spring, was it spring forward? Spring forward. So Yeah, okay. I'll piece it all together later. I'm not really thinking much right now. All right. Let's see here. Watching the Flat Earth show on Netflix. I just can't. Yeah, I know, right? Flat Earth show. I'm surprised they have a whole show. Not that surprised, I guess, because I know people would watch it. I know I'd watch it, but what do they? How much content? You know, how much can they fill up? Anyways, all right. Well, good enough. Flat Earth show. I know that stuff. I when I was in college, I was working with this group that it's actually a movie. Okay, fair enough. So when I was in college, I was working with a group that actually sent a weather balloon up into, I mean, what basically looks like space. It's called like the higher atmosphere. But I mean, it got up to a weather balloon that had a camera on it that actually got like video of outer space. You know what I'm saying? Or again, it's not called outer space. It's just like it got a video of, it got to that point when everything was black and you could see the earth and you could see the curvature and everything. Yeah, man. So I already knew from right then. I was like, okay, well, I know I've seen it. I've seen footage, you know. It's kind of funny, the whole thing. Like, I like the questioning spirit of it, but it's like, nope, you know what? You got to see enough stuff to know. All right. I took some measurements. Let me write them down before I forget them. How you doing, by the way, Joe? Documentary, huh? All right, so that is about this way. Stuff is crazy. I really hope they're all just playing a prank, but you know, again, here's the thing about it that's kind of like, I know it's okay. I know it's like incredibly silly, but at the same time, I promise I won't defend flat Earth theory here, but I will say again, like a lot of that stuff, I like that there's people bringing it up, because if you think about it, like the average American probably didn't have, until this whole thing started happening, I think the average American probably didn't like have a good explanation or reasoning as to like like they'd think, okay, well, it's round because I know it's round because everybody says, and because certain things, but they might not like have actually known deep down, like had the kind of math and science in their head behind why it actually is round or a sphere, you know? Again, it's not a sphere, it's actually oblong. So there we go. I'm getting my science and shit all, you know, mixed up here today, but I like that the questioning spirit, because it makes people think like, oh wait, why is it actually? Like, I know that it's kind of silly to say that it's flat, but let me think about why I know it's not flat, you know? I keep thinking today's Friday. Okay, yeah. I was thinking that a little bit here. Felt like it, but it's nice here, man. It's just like a freaking holiday. It's like summer. It's like 40 degrees, 40 something degrees today. Now it's not. It's getting below freezing now. But okay, let me get back to drawing here, and then I can. I'm gonna get it back up there and take some measurements. All right. I had 56 inches that way. We have the doorway that comes up here. Okay, cool. Got that little bit there. And our window. Window header. 48. Now I'm gonna get up there, take some more measurements. Washing that out there. Sorry. Where are you located? Sorry. Montana, Southwest Montana. Let me see what that says there. I can't read your name. Hold up. The Mad Sloth. Good name. I've actually seen a video of a Mad Sloth. It's pretty hilarious. It was like a guy was, I don't know what he was trying to do, trying to pull it away from a pole or something like that. And the thing, like in slow motion, just reached back. Yeah, you know. But it's super slow motion. I loved it. Yeah, there we go. So roughly Lolo, Montana. 34 degrees. Anyways, thanks for stopping in, Mad Sloth. I'm in the middle of taking some measurements here because I'm going to finish up the sheathing up here. And then around the back, other sides of the house behind the camera here. So I'm going to take some measurements here real quick. Take some more measurements around the other sides, then start cutting some OSB and then sheathing. We'll see. I'm just going to keep going tonight. Don't know how far I'll get, but yeah, thanks for stopping in here. And thank you, Joe. Oh, it's so nice today. Love it. Looks beautiful. I can't read the whole thing. I see you say it looks beautiful out there. Right on. Cool. All right, well, I'll check that comment, full comment in a second. All right, where the hell put this up? And by the way, one of the things I recently added, I put the budget document up. Take a look at it. It's pretty cool. There's still, I think, a little bit of like error checking and stuff I need to do on there, and like I need to go back and get a few records that are estimated. I need to get some actual like solid numbers on. But I think it gives you a pretty good idea of what I've spent, which is even much more than I imagined. So yeah, but it includes a lot of stuff. It includes like the house or the land purchase and all kinds of stuff. Not exclusively the building, but you know, if someone were to think what it would cost them to actually come out and try to do basically what I'm doing, you know. So take a look at that. It's on Google Documents there. and then I have an estimate for the rest of the cost, which I think I should probably double if my past experience is any guide. All right. Okay. I'm gonna text some chat here. I'm gonna come back down. Okay, let me see what y'all are saying. Awesome, thanks so much for explaining. Looks beautiful out there. Yeah, thank you. Right on. Yeah, you're welcome, and thanks, Joe. Matt Sloth, you flat earther. Oh, he didn't answer. That silence says a lot. Oh, nice budget. Yeah, for sure. What's square footage of the house? 20 by 30. So it's got a basement. There's a floor framed on the top of the basement, which I'm standing on now, and then the main floor. So it's going to be 1,200 square foot total. So pretty small. I've had a lot of people come in and ask if I'm building a shed, which is like, dang, man. It's like we have big houses out here in Montana, so I thought that it would be, maybe people from other parts of the world would more quickly understand that it's a house, but I think a lot of, I don't know, it's just kind of funny when they ask, like, hey, you building a shed or a real tiny house? It's like, well, it's a small house. It's not like a tiny house even. 600 square feet is, it's good enough. It's good enough. So, perfect for me. But anyways, all right, let me get back out there, take some measurements. What about you, Matt Sloth, if you don't mind answering? Where are you located? Let me get some more light in here. This is like kind of not good. Orlando, Florida. Hell yeah. Do you go to, or did you go to the university there? UCF? I'm from Florida, actually. Lived in Tampa for quite a while. Some more light going on here. Right. Going there next year? Oh, right on. All right, man. Okay, that's better. There we go, a lot of light. Cool, cool. I wish I was in Orlando right now. I shouldn't say that. It's nice and warm here right now. It's actually a great day. Yeah, good question, Joe. I feel like a lot of people, I forget to ask that, but so many people who come in here are.
Quarters. Where's the quarter 15?
Okay, good. Got my measurements, I think. Let's see here. No, it doesn't do construction. Just think building on the home is so cool. Yeah, absolutely. In a lot of ways it is. It's also frustrating, expensive, etc. So many different designs and ways to do things, and taking time to investigate the options and learn how to do them can be a lot of fun, I bet. Yeah, that's actually, I'm not gonna say that's the most fun part, but that's definitely to Mad Sloth, if you're still here, I see that you're gonna head out. Thank you. But if you are looking at all, the part of like doing the investigation and like looking at plans and looking at like trying out SketchUp to like build stuff and looking at properties and doing all the dreaming and everything, that part is so cool. That part is so fun because there's no you can't make any mistakes yet, you know? You can like do everything and it's like so much fun. And the more time you spend doing it, the better the thing is going to be in the long run. So if you're still like, you're obviously like very young, you know, about to go to college and stuff, like, yeah, man, if you have any interest, start looking at stuff and like, yeah, just go wild. And then once you get into doing the building and stuff, it's still like a lot of fun. It's very cool. It's just that it's a lot more dire, you know, when you start heading down a path that's like, all right, here we go, you know. It's cool though. No complaints. I'm very fortunate. Okay, let me. I got some measurements here. I'm just tallying some stuff up, and so I'll be able to cut these pieces like I need to. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Mad Sloth. Definitely appreciate that, and I'll hopefully see you again pretty soon. All right. That's 44, 56. That's 48. Okay. Total 8 feet. Good shit. 8 feet. Like that. 96. 8 times 12. 96. So I'm just basically taking some notes here so that I can see what my cuts are going to have to be. A lot of the notes and all the drawings and stuff I did on SketchUp, and that model, which I need to update it. It's actually a little bit old now, but I get a lot of measurements and stuff from that. But like at a certain point, once I start to get down this path, and the numbers will change just a little bit, you know, for whatever reason. It's like it may be like a, you know, even an inch difference or something. That's kind of, it depends on what I'm doing. That might be a lot, but I like to, you know, I'm trying to take the measurements here because I'm cutting the plywood to like make it fit. I mean, Joe, you know about that. You know how that sort of thing works, where it's like you got to like kind of adapt. But most of the big stuff, obviously, I use those plans from the SketchUp model, but then I started using, like taking measurements and doing so on. All right, let me get to it here. Short side. 60 minus 13 and a quarter is 50, 54. Tall side is, that can be 45. 48. 44 plus 48 minus 13 meters. That's 92 minus 13 meters. 50. 80. 79. 78 3/4. All right, cool. Good, got that one. Make sure it's right there. $692 minus 13 1/4. Gonna be 82, 80, 79, 78 3/4. Yep, okay, we're good. Now, let me, do that. This side's a little more complicated with the window that I got here. The other side should be a little bit easier. So I'm going to go straight across, which will be really nice. Alright, yeah, let me do that. I'll be right back. Let me go grab some water, set this thing down, and then I'll move to the other side. Okay. So for this section back here on the north wall, all I'm going to do is just take a measurement as to how far it is from this blocking here, that where this lower section of sheathing ends, how far it is from there where the other OSB stops, up to the top of this blocking here where it's going to go. So I'm going to take a measurement for how tall that has to be, and then basically take a measurement for how deep that cut needs to be for those rafters. Then once I have those measurements, I'm going to be able to take that back, and then I know what the layout is going to be like, because these are rafters 2 foot on center. So I can basically just say, okay, well, I know what it's going to look like. If I just know what those distances are that I need to cut, then I'll be able to like do a bolt cut for all of those and get the right basically get the right cuts. I say I do a bolt cut. The two on the outsides are going to be different than the ones in the middle or in the field. So the two on the outsides will be a little bit different because that outside rafter is just moved in slightly. It's 2 foot on center, but the one on the edge is, instead of hanging over, it's actually fully on top of the basically the building footprint. So let me go and take those measurements real quick, and then I'll move on to the other side. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you're having a good night. Hope you're staying warm. Weekend is almost here. Eight and a half. 68 and a half. 68 and a half. That cut. Ten inches down to the cut to those rafters. Cool. Good. Good shit. Alright, so that was pretty simple. Again, because I already know what the layout is, I don't have to take, I just needed the simple measurement just to know how tall I need to cut these pieces that are going up here. The rest of it, I'll be able to figure out just because I know the whole wall is just flat, it's even, 2 foot on center the whole way. For the most part, no windows and stuff I got to worry about. There is one, but I'm just going to cut it out after the fact. Right, good. Now let me go ahead and move over to the other side. Yeah, Joe, one of the things with that budget, which is, you know, I actually need to get, I want to get some, like, some reference figures for, like, there's a company around here called Montana Quality Structures that is known for putting together these stick frame buildings, or I guess pole buildings too, but they make shops, you know, they throw them up really quickly, they're pretty inexpensive, and as far as I've heard, they're very good quality, but it's just like a real basic thing, and I want to get a rough idea from, like, of what one of those would cost, so I could replace the building costs that I've spent and see what would it have been if I had basically just done, you know, a slab, which is a little bit, I mean, here there's a little bit of a slope. I would have had to, like, kind of still shape up the property a little bit, whatever, but doing something like that, just for some reference. I did spend a lot on the project, a lot more than I ever expected, but, you know, it's all right. It is what it is. there's a lot more that I've gained from it, and a lot more that, in the end, it'll be a very, very unique house for sure. So. All right, I'm gonna swap out this extension. Actually, wait, let me see here. Thanks for hanging on, everybody. Just a little crazy when I move the camera around sometimes. Oh my god, the light's shining right at us. Alright, real quick, I'm going to go up top there, take one quick measurement, and I'll also move that light so it's not shining straight on us here.
56. 56.
All right. Take some more measurements now.
right.
We're good. Got all the measurements I need. Okay, so just got the measurements I need up there too. Now, time for me to start cutting this OSB so I can put this up here. I'm gonna go ahead and start on that now. I'm not sure what time it is, but it can't be that late. So yeah, let me go ahead and get started with that stuff. And we'll see, I might try to cut it all and then start nailing it up here, or maybe I'll cut some and then nail some. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cut it all at once and then try to nail it up later. So, which I'll probably do, not tomorrow, but Saturday. Just thinking about timing and stuff. I probably will not be streaming tomorrow, so. All right, let me go ahead and move the camera. I'm gonna move it outside now so I can start doing all this stuff. Take this light with me. Okay, there we go. Oh, spooky. All right, move this camera a little bit. Move this light a little bit, excuse me. Alright, I'm gonna have to set stuff up here a little bit. When I brought the skid steer in here to move all the snow out, I had to toss all my stuff off to the side. So let me go grab a few sawhorses here and bring some OSB back over here, and then I'll start cutting it. Okay, I'm gonna go run inside, grab a drink real quick, and then I'll come back here, set some OSB up, and yeah, start cutting it. So probably also might need to get another battery here for the for my saw too. By the way, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you're having a good night. Hope you're staying warm. Hope you didn't get as much snow as we did here. It's kind of a pain, although it's starting to melt off a little bit now. And this week it should start melting a lot. I think we have a day even going up to like 50 degrees or something. It's actually going to be a mud pit. It's going to be crazy when it happens. So, all right, be right back. All right, I'm back. All right.
Oh.
So I got I had a battery out here that was been getting a little bit cold, and in my experience in the past, and from a kind of suggestion by Cyril J, who you know, had obviously done a lot of this stuff, was you know, the saw was not working that well in the cold. He was saying, you know, it might be the batteries, and it was on a lot colder day than today when I was doing it, and the saw was really just dragging. It wasn't doing anything. It was a fully charged battery. He was saying, you know, might want to try warming it up. I think actually Joe probably suggested it too, and so I've been trying to do that. So be mindful of like kind of either keeping the ones that I have out here warm. I have a charger actually sitting out here now, or just in this case I had these two inside, so I went and grabbed them, and they'll hopefully work a little bit better and not drag down just from cutting this OSB. The OSB is going to be pretty easy to cut anyways, so I'm not as worried. It's not. I think last time I was doing it, I was cutting through the actual blocking that I was putting up there, and it was really dragging a lot. But the OSB, like I said, it's a lot thinner. It'll be a lot easier to cut. Still, I don't want to have it dragging every time I use the thing. So, all right, well, I'm ready to go. Got some wine here, and gonna go ahead and start cutting these things, and then get ready to put them up. Again, probably not gonna do it tonight because it's kind of a big like ordeal to get those things up here and get myself like staged to start nailing these things up. That's probably a good thing to start on Saturday. So as long as I can get these things cut, that'll be a good place to start. Then Saturday I can really hit the road. And then Sunday I'll go skiing, so I'm not going to be streaming Sunday. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for sticking around, and any new viewers, please ask any questions, anything you want to see, let me know. I'll try to make it happen. Okay. Okay, did it twice. That's good. Like learn from my mistakes here. God, put that knot on the thing that I'm moving. Nice piece of equipment. This a little smarter. So this piece here was already cut at an angle. You can see it's actually a little bit hard to see from this camera angle here, but this side here, this side was cut at an angle already, and that was used for, actually I don't remember what the hell it was used for, but it's all right. Basically what's the nice thing about this building is that the two roof lines are both at the same pitch. It's a 312 pitch. So if it's, and you would hear that a lot, if people are talking about a roof line, they would say 312 or 412 or, 512, whatever it is. And that's talking about like your typical slope, like you'd learn about in, trigonometry or whatever. It's like, okay, so you have, if my roof is a 312 pitch, that means that there is three rise for every 12 run. So that's a pretty shallow slope. So if you're thinking basically, this is your 12 run, this is your 3 rise. So that's your slope. That's equal to about 14 degrees. Now my roof line is a double shed roof. So what I've got is this lower section here. It goes up at 312 pitch. And then you have this clerestory section here, which has these windows in it. And I'm going to have some light coming in from the south in those. And then the upper roof section is also 312 pitch. So I have these two roof lines like this. So all of my cuts are either going to be straight, like you would cut a stud, or it's going to be a mitered cut, which means it's cut at an angle. All of my angled cuts for this building are going to be at that same angle, that 14 degrees. Technically, if I was cutting a rafter, if it would be at 14 degrees or like the inverse of it, if you were gonna cut something to like mate up with that. So anyways, now I know this cut here that I made on this OSB was at 14 degrees. So I'm gonna I'll be able to use it for the next section that I have here. All I'm gonna have to do is cut the section off at the bottom. That's real nice. And that's what I'm gonna do right now. 56 and 44. Alright, there we go. I know what I'm gonna do. 68. Just use it. 68. Oh, I can't. I can't. Alright, I'll use it for the other thing. So it's going to be 56 on the high side. 56 on the high side there. That way on the other one too. Should be. It's fine. 56. Okay, good. 25 sixteenths. 25 sixteenths. Here too. 25 sixteenths. 25 sixteenths. Matter? What the hell? No, not gonna matter. I'm just gonna do it. Cut that thing. My God. All right, it's gonna get a little bit noisy here. Now I'm going to try to be conscious of which way I'm cutting these things. I'll show you why. So if the building is mirrored, which both of my sides, you know, they're basically the same. It's a rectangle, and both of the gable ends, both of the ends with the angles on them are the same. But so I mean, that would tell you that if I cut a piece like this, it really doesn't matter if I could put it on one side or the other. It doesn't matter. I mean, I could basically just flip it around, use it on the other side. Sorry, that was a little bit jumbled, but I hope you followed me there. I don't have. What I meant was that if I cut an angled piece like this section, I could stick it up on either side. If I didn't want to put it here, I'd flip it around, and boom, it goes on the other side. But here's the thing I'm going to try to use is these have these like lines on them here. This OSB has these lines printed on them. Now these lines are helpful because it's basically they're printed on the 2 foot mark here. So this is like for 2 foot on center, which is what mine is. I can bet that when I put this thing up there, this line is going to fall where that stud is, where that stud, which is located 2 foot on center, is going to be. Now, as some people have who actually work construction, like as a trade, have said, they don't really always rely on that, because if they're building, especially like a larger building, you know, the sheathing may not always end up in such a way where you're going to say, hey, that stud is right on this line. They account for the fact that it may be a little bit off, which is fine. And I had some where I put up where it's a little bit off, but at the very least I can have this thing where I can stick it up there and I can take a look and say, all right, that stud is maybe just a little bit to the right of this line, so I'm going to nail just a little bit to the right of this line. And it's been really helpful, because if I don't have that, if it's a blank slate, like if I basically put it up and I have it cut for the other side like this, now I'm going to have to go up there and find where this thing crosses that stud, take my chalk line, and then try to hang it up here, and then like basically pull it down there and then snap a line, which is obviously, I mean, that's annoying if I've already got the thing up there and I'm on top of a ladder and stuff. So I'm going to try to be careful and make sure that I cut them in such a way where I have the side with the lines facing me. And this one, so that means for this one, it's actually going to go behind me on that side of the building. So I'm going to try to remember that. In the next one, I'll try to make sure I cut it with the angle going the opposite direction so I can use it on the other side here. That way, which is fine. There, cool. Next one. That's the one I have. Good. $54. Okay. All right. I guess it doesn't matter much on this one. This one doesn't have lines in the vertical direction anyways. So what the hell? All right. So that one I'm going to do 54. Okay, well, I'm doing the same thing on this one then. I'm going to cut that same top piece there. Like I said, not that it matters because I don't have that line go down the middle, which sucks. I don't like that. Okay, so I'm going to do 56. 56. going to use a calculator real quick on this thing. So I took a measurement on, let's see if you can even see that. So I took a measurement on one side here, and I took a measurement on the other side, and I'm going to try to find the number right in the middle there. I'm just going to take an average of those two. Come on, let's go. Let's go. What the fuck is this? Wow. It's like frozen or something. Alright, come on now. Let's go. Wow, 92. 92 plus, nope. 92 plus 68. Oh, it's 80. Nice. That's real simple. Cool. 80, I like that. I like that a lot. Keeps it easy. Okay. All right. Let me go get some more sheets of OSB. I cut these two sections here, and then I'm going to go grab a few more pieces and then cut those and then move on. 3.5. All right, I'm gonna have to cut these separately. I was gonna hope to do a bolt cut on both of these, but I'm gonna cut them separately because one's gonna be just a little bit longer. It's kind of a weird thing I got going on here, but I think yeah, it should make sense. Good. Well, for sure I'm going to cut that side then. It's all screwed up. Nice some stuff there. So I'm going to, I'll probably cut through these 4 here. It's getting close. At 9 o'clock I'll shut it off. I won't be back tomorrow, but I will be back Saturday. So let me go ahead and finish cutting these here. Just want to give you a heads up on what's going on. This one is going to be, I'm cutting at 93 and a half and 81 and a half. 93 and a half, 81 and a half. 93 and a half, 81 and a half. Let's go, baby. 93 and a half, that's close to it. Be conscious of what side we're cutting on now. It's going up here, so we want that to be the high side. No, it doesn't matter on this one. It doesn't matter at all. Oh, I missed a little bit of chat here. Sorry. Hey, you pick. I couldn't come yesterday. Yesterday. Yeah, I didn't do a lot yesterday. It was a pretty light one. I just knocked in those some of these clips up here. But yeah, well, you're here today. It's all good, man. It's all good. So yeah, hope things are going good for you. I won't be here tomorrow, by the way. I will be here Saturday, and then Sunday I'm going to go snowboarding with my little brother. We got so much snow recently, it should be a good time up there, and it's going to be not even that cold, so it's going to be pretty nice. Yeah, you pick. I think the last time I saw you was when I had that skid steer up here, and I was in the thing, and I know you chatted a little bit. Sorry I couldn't chat more when you were up here. I was just it was cold, man. My fingers, I could barely freaking navigate on the keyboard at all. I had the thing kind of turned around. I didn't have it plugged in. It was cold, and I was trying to move on that thing so I could actually get the snow out. So it was a little bit awkward and stuff, but yeah, I wish I could have chatted more. It was kind of an afterthought. I was like, let me just put the camera up here and see what I can get. But, anyways. So I'm going to just usually, when I'm snapping lines on these pieces of plywood, I'll use my chalk line here. It's really nice. Of course, you just basically pull this thing tight, hook this on one end, and then snap it. But when I'm doing these angles, it's like a little bit more awkward. So I just like to use the level, How you doing on that barn door tracker, you pick? I'm designing the bottom part of it since that's what I need, where I need to put it on the tripod. Trying to find ways to put it on. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that the kind of interface on that would be the hard part. That doesn't surprise me at all. It seems like a kind of an awkward thing to get right, you know, because it's like just millimeters almost that you're talking about in terms of getting that camera, you know, trained properly. It's hard because there's no way to connect it unless I make something. That's right. Yeah, I figure you'd have to like either just sort through a bunch of random hardware like little hinges and stuff like that and connectors and stuff and try to find something that works, or make something. Yeah, I mean, maybe for it to fit on. Yeah. I can send pictures on the Discord showing the connectors on the tripod and where it would go into the camera. But in this case, it has to go into the wood securely. We'll probably send the pictures tomorrow. Yeah, for sure, do it. That'd be cool. Yeah, that's one of the things I made that Discord for, is because you had these projects you're working on. I mean, other people got some stuff too, but I haven't seen a lot of pictures posted from them necessarily. So, but I want to see the stuff you're working on, because it sounds like this thing's pretty cool. I like the picture that you showed previously, but the Discord is a perfect spot for that. You could just post it in the general, unless I have a board, like a section for projects. I don't think I do, but either way, just post it in general. It's such a slow Discord, it doesn't matter at all. So that'd be cool. That'd be great. All right, so good. I got that one done. That was kind of a weird one. I had to cut a section out of the bottom because it's kind of overlapping a corner where I'm putting it on there. I'm going to go ahead and snap a line on that one that I had back there, just to make it easier, so when I put it up in the air, I don't have to fool with it then. And I have to buy a ball head mount to place on the piece of wood that moves up. I can drill that on though. Okay. I don't know if I can just guess from like context what a ball head mount is, but I don't know it in the top of my head exactly what that is. Downloads. My God, the thing sucks. Let's go. Getting off for tonight? All right, you know what? It's actually about 9 o'clock. I'm going to be doing the same here in just a minute or so. Yeah, I will be. So, thanks for stopping by. I'll be back again, probably not tomorrow, but Saturday. And then Sunday, I'm going to be off snowboarding. I may be on for... Nah, I won't be on for anything on Sunday, I'm pretty sure, unless it's real late. So, yeah, man. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. Yeah, I'll see you again soon. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and call it for the night. About a little after 9 o'clock now. I will be back again on Saturday. Hopefully a pretty long day of work on Saturday. So what I'll do is I've got to cut quite a bit more on these things. But I'll be able, on Saturday, I'm certain, be able to cut the rest of these and then start nailing them up. And then the clear story, it's a little bit weird. So what I'm going to actually have to do for the clear story is take off some of the OSB that I have up there on the, like kind of for my temporary roof deck and use that. And I'm going to have to figure out kind of the order of operations here to make sure that I can actually still get up there and work and everything. But, you know, we'll sort that out. So, So, all right. Well, let me go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to go and shut off here. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by, chatting. I'll, like I said, I'll be back Saturday. So, thanks again. See you later. Have a good night. Bye.